So next is ideal fuel. So after doing fuel, we need to be aware about which kind of fuel is called as ideal fuel. So ideal fuel is the fuel, particular definition is here for the ideal fuel. A good fuel is one which is readily available, it is cheap. जो readily available है, cheap है, it burn easily in air in a moderate rate, not explosive, moderate rate, it produces a large amount of heat. So what are the characteristic of ideal fuel? If we define ideal fuel, so that fuel should be readily available, cheap, easily undergoing the combustion and give moderate amount of heat to be produced by that fuel, and it produced a large amount of heat, but combustion should be moderate. Fine, this is very important to understand. Burn easily in the air in moderate rate. Moderate rate means that is not going to be explosive. Fine, if it is undergoing combustion, that will be moderate, not explosive, not much high, but amount of heat produced should be large. Another important thing, that it does not leave behind any residue. The fuel which is ideal, that should not going to be leave any residue behind its burning. After burning, it is not going to leave any residue. Another important thing, there is probably no fuel that can be considered as ideal. So obviously we are aware about the fuels with this, because we are using in our day-to-day life these fuels. चाहे वो इंजन ऑयल की बात हो जाए, पेट्रोलियम की बात हो जाए, डीजल की बात हो जाए, और घर पे एलपीजी की बात हो जाए, किसी भी काइंड ऑफ फ्यूल वी आर यूजिंग. So we know that कि all the kind of fuels are not meeting all the expectation which are required for an ideal fuel. So that's why this is written over here. There is probably no fuel that can be considered as ideal. We should look for a fuel which fulfill most of the requirement. So we can taking the fuel as ideal, जो बहुत ज़्यादा expectation, the requirement which are required to be ideal, that will be met by that particular fuel at maximum rate. ज़्यादा सारी अगर कोई fuel qualities वो requirements वो met कर रहा है, that will be considered as ideal fuel. But although कोई भी ideal नहीं है. Fine.